I'm Lori Niles at Violinist.com, and today I'd like to tell you about how to do vibrato on the violin. This can be a tricky thing to learn, but let me show you first of all what the kinds of vibrato are very quickly. The first one is wrist vibrato. The second one is arm vibrato. Some people would say that there's something called finger vibrato. I don't really do it, so I'm not going to teach you that. So the first thing you have to do to learn vibrato is to exercise to learn how to use some muscles that you've probably never really isolated or used before. And for this I have a highly technical item, an egg shaker. What I've done here is I have taken one of those Easter eggs and put some dried rice in it, and then I taped it so that it doesn't fall apart, because it will fall apart and get all over everything. There's fancier egg shakers. You can use a box of Tic Tacs, or M&Ms or something like that, or just anything that you can hold in your palm and shake. Okay, so I want to demonstrate something first to show you like why you have to develop some muscle. So this is my left hand that's been doing vibrato for a long time. So I just tell it, go as fast as you can. Okay, here's my right hand. Doesn't do vibrato. Go as fast as you can. I don't know if you can tell the difference there, but I can go way faster with this very developed left hand. Okay, so the first thing you do, you just hold it in the palm of your hand and you shake it. And I say a word, I say pizza, pizza. Now, you have to watch out that you're not using your arm to shake. The muscle is, you're using this muscle and it's kind of coming from the wrist here. Okay, pizza, pizza. And then we go pepperoni, 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 pepper. And then buy a pizza, buy a pizza, buy a pizza, buy a pizza, buy a pizza. And you'll find, if you do buy a pizza for a long time and you have never done vibrato before, your arm will probably start doing all this, because it just takes a while to really get good at this. And then you can just go as fast as you can for a while, you know. Okay, so that is one exercise that you can use to start developing this vibrato muscle. You know, another way you can isolate it is just finger taps on your shoulder, and sometimes it helps to get the left hand involved, just because a lot of people are, to get the right hand involved. A lot of people are right-handed. You could do this on your head too. A lot of people are right-handed. You can know pizza, pizza. And so it's easier to give the command to the right hand. I'm left-handed, so I've never had to deal with this. But, you know, so you can try, you could get 2 egg shakers and try it with both. Sometimes that just helps the left hand to get involved. The next thing that you can do is something that I just call finger taps. And so what you do is you go all the way over like this, and you tap. You tap on the left side on the wood to the left of the fingerboard. This, it kind of immobilizes your hand in a way that forces you to have to do the right motion. Okay, so this is another one. I suppose you could do different rhythms too to this, but you know, just this is mostly to get the motion. All right. Here's another exercise. Now this exercise is a little more about feeling things on your fingertips and being able to rock on your fingertips, because this is sort of a strange sensation. You're going to keep your finger kind of in one place, but you're going to rock on it. So this is what I call table vibrato. It helped me tremendously when I was learning vibrato, but it doesn't always work for people. So let me show it to you. So the first thing you have to do is hang from the side of the table. And when I say hang, I really mean hang. And you can try, you know, let your right hand do it too. It might be easier for your right hand. Now sometimes people kind of do this. That's not what to do. Make sure you sort of like relax your arm and just see if you can kind of hang from your fingertips, okay? And then the next step is just to see if you can wiggle a little bit. Again, don't do this. You're going to be hanging while you're wiggling, okay? And then I always start with the third finger, because the third finger is easiest. You just try going like this. You just wiggle it, and you're sort of hanging from your fingers. Now you can also do this on top of the table like this, kind of keep your wrist down. But you just want to make sure that you're not doing this, because this is not right. That's not, you're going to be coming from underneath, and you have to have this hanging feeling, hanging from your fingertips, okay? So those are the exercises that you're going to need for vibrato. The next thing that you're going to need is good posture. And sometimes when people start to learn vibrato, all those posture issues that your teacher's been talking about up to this point, they kind of come out because you're going to kind of crash into a wall if you haven't fixed a couple things. So the first thing is this business of having a pretty straight thumb, because this is going to allow you, if you're kind of gripping, it's a problem. So, you know, you can, this is debatable, but the straight thumb I find to be very helpful. The other thing is that you're going to have to let go of the side of the fingerboard for vibrato. So you're going to have to be able to do this. Now, you don't have to come way out. You only have to be not holding on. So it might be like microscopic, the amount. But if you are holding on to the side, then it's like, I can't move. You're actually keeping your hand from being able to move. So you have to be able to come away, and then you're going to feel between this thumb and this fingertip. That's how you're going to kind of feel things. So if you're used to sort of like playing like this, your hand is going to be completely immobilized, or at least a little, you know, you're going to have a pretty weak vibrato. You won't have this robust ability to move your hand. So the collapsed wrist can be a real problem too. This also puts a strain on your tendons for, you know, so a straight wrist, not like this, not like this. But these are all things that are going to help you when you start doing vibrato. The other thing is, if you're used to kind of like playing on the pads of your fingers, you just need to come up a little bit for vibrato. You have to have the curved fingers. If you have collapsed fingers, it's pretty hard to do. So having curved fingers really, really helps with this vibrato motion. So those are some of those position things that you're just going to have to make sure are in order. And, you know, if you're having trouble with your vibrato, maybe think through your position and, you know, is one of those a problem? So that's one way to get at a better vibrato. Now, once you've got the vibrato motion, you want to work on being able to do it at different speeds and different oscillations, so narrow or wide. And something, I'm going to give you an exercise for that, but I want to warn you that if you don't know how to do the vibrato motion yet, and you're not very, you know, you don't feel comfortable with it, this is not the first exercise you should be doing at all. So what I'm going to do is put my metronome on 60, okay? I'm going to start with my 3 because that's the easiest one for vibrato. And then I'm just going to oscillate with the beat. This is to control the speed. And then this is hard to control, and then you do 2. 3 if you can handle that. 4. I'm doing wrist vibrato pretty much here. You know, and then you can keep going. And the idea is to be able to control how fast that you do it. And then you can do that exercise doing it wide. I'll try to demonstrate that. So like wide would be like, or narrow. One warning, you're going to be really tempted to try to make it go a half step up or down. And you have to sort of have the oral discipline, if you will, to only go like that quarter step or less when you do this oscillation. Because I've seen some mistakes happen with students that are beginner vibratos, and they kind of like start going, and they're kind of moving their fingers, and it doesn't help your vibrato. So you have to have that motion in control before you do this exercise. So those are some ways for you to get started on vibrato, to develop vibrato, to maybe diagnose problems with vibrato if you have position problems. And I hope that they've been very helpful to you. This is Lori at Violinist.com. Please join our YouTube channel, Violinist.com, and I'll see you on the website, Violinist.com. Thank you.